Here's how to create a program that opens in your browser every 2 hours using Python. So you're going to want to open Python, and I learned this from the Udacity Making the Program Python coding class in Udacity, which is free. So I recommend you go ahead and check that out at udacity.com. But anyway, this is how to create a program, which is a homework assignment in there. And what you're going to do is I just wrote down the instructions. This is very important. As a first step, because you're going to be Googling a lot. So first, write out the steps. Actually doing this is going to help you finish because you're going to have to do a lot of Googling. So first, what this program is going to do is it's going to print this. This program started on the current time. So while the program has run less than 3 times, it's going to count down from 2 hours. And then when the timer runs out, it will open a link in the browser. And then after it runs 3 times in a row, the loop will stop running. So here's the link that I'm going to make it open in the browser. And this is the point of this program is to just remind you to take a break every 2 hours when you're sitting in front of your computer. And it's just an assignment to get used to coding. So first thing you want to do is open the Python shell, make a new file, and then you're going to load your libraries. In this case, you're going to need a time library. And you're going to need to import the web browser library as well. And you can find these online by just simply searching Python libraries and then going into the standard library and searching in here. If you go command find, then you search in here for what you're looking for, time. In this case, I'm looking for the generic operating system service time. So you go in there, and that's where you can read all your documentation. So to get back to what you're going to do, in here, you want to import the time library. And here's his instructions over here. So I'm just going to go through it and show you how it works out. Import the library called time, which is in that page document that we looked at. You're going to also import the library called web browser. Okay? And then you're going to want to define your variables. So, and then you're going to print the message to the user that the program has started, and then you're going to create a loop that ends after 3 times running the loop. So we've imported both libraries. Good, we're almost done. And then define your variables. Total breaks. Total breaks is going to equal 3. And break count is going to equal 0 because it hasn't started yet. This is going to be start your countdown, and then every time your loop runs, it's going to add 1 until it gets up to 3, and then it's going to stop. If you don't give it that instruction, it keeps running forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and doesn't stop opening your browser. So then you're going to print, and this runs to the user sees this what you print. So quotation, and you put what you want the string to be inside of quotations, right? And then you also put the quotations inside the parentheses. So this program started on space, right? And now I'm going to use current time, which is another thing you can Google to print whatever the current time is at the time. It's just plus time. The plus is just to add it, but the time dot ctime prints the current time. Okay, so now the loop is a while loop. While the variable break count is less than the variable total breaks, then the loop is use time.sleep, and then this is the seconds. I'm going to put 10 seconds so that you can see this actually work in time, but the actual program is supposed to open the browser every 2 hours, but you can put whatever you want in there. You have to do it in seconds. So this is seconds, 10 seconds. You would say for 2 hours would be 60 seconds times 60 minutes, and that would be your amount of seconds that you would put there. So, and now you're going to do the web browser call. Open, right? Web browser, open, pretty simple. Put your parentheses in there. Put your link that you want in there. In this case, I've put a YouTube video in there to remind me to watch a video that takes my mind off of things or reminds me why I'm doing this, which I'll show you what it is in a second. To me, it's just fascinating stuff. You can load whatever link you want in there. Remind you to just take that break. Then at the end of this, very important step that I had missed before, which makes this loop endlessly forever and ever. But you don't want that to happen, so you have to make it know when to stop. So now we're going to tell the variable to add one every time, plus 1. So now break count is break count, starts at 0, runs once, adds 1. Now it's at 1. When it gets to 3, it's going to stop because that's what you told it to do. And that is the end of that. And now you have to save that text file, right? So we're going to say the open browser program, save it anywhere. I'm going to put it in my documents. After you've saved it, you're going to go to run and then run module, and let's see if it worked. Now, this is your shell telling you it's printing to the user. This program started on Sunday, April 30, 2017. That's today's date, so that's the current time running right there. It's now counting down 10 seconds. There it went. Open my browser, and it's going to open some video that I found interesting this morning that I didn't have time to watch. So now I'm looking at the singularity of artificial intelligence, and now it's already opened the second time because 10-second counter started over. It's already started counting down the 10 seconds for the next one, and it's obviously not even enough time for the video to completely load, but it would be every 2 hours, reminding me to take a 10-minute break and watch a little bit of this interesting video that reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing, so I don't get distracted and bogged down. So I like artificial intelligence and how it's applied to biotechnology in the near future. And Ray Kurzweil is obviously one of the leading